have a seat right there.
Thank you.
How are you doing today?
I'm good. Good. How are you?
I'm doing great. I'm glad you can make it today. So, basically, I just want to have a conversation with you, just get to know you. This will be recorded, but it is only going to be seen by my social work professor. So, everything you say will be confidential. If you don't feel comfortable with something, or if you want to stop at any point, you can tell me, or we can edit something out. So I want you to feel comfortable, and I'm just going to be asking you some basic questions just to get to know you.
Okay, sounds good.
Okay, good. Well, anyway, I just want to know how your day was. Was it okay getting here?
It was. Well, I had a difficulty finding parking.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, the parking lot I usually park at was closed down because there was a basketball game, I believe. So there was a lot of traffic.
Yes, they do cause traffic, those games, but I'm glad you were able to find somewhere, I assume. Good. Well, I'm very happy you're here. So, where are you from?
I am from Dallas.
Okay, Dallas. Not too far.
Yeah, just like 3 hours away. Not too bad.
What made you want to come to Austin? Have you been to Austin before?
I came to Austin when my brother decided to come here.
Okay.
Yeah, that was back in 2004, and then it was a while back. And I know as soon as we came here, I fell in love with the campus. So I was like, I want to come here too.
Oh, well, that's great that you got to come here. Yeah. And how did your parents feel about you moving away?
Well, my mom wasn't happy about it. I am the youngest, so she was like, no, my baby's going away. You should just stay home, go to university close by. I was like, no, Mom, you need to let me go. She's like, okay, so.
Yeah, I'm the youngest too, so my mom was like, no, don't go. But Austin's not too far, so do they come and visit you ever?
Rarely, but I mean, it's okay. I go back home every now and then.
Well,
so
that's
not
great.
Too bad.
That's great. And what year are you in?
I'm a third year. Okay,
so you've had a little time to adjust.
Yes, I have.
Do you feel more comfortable now that you kind of got the hang of it? You're an upperclassman.
I do, but I mean, at the same time, I'm still learning and adjusting. So.
Do you remember when you were a freshman any specific difficulties you went through or struggles that you encountered?
Well, as a freshman, actually, I've never lived on campus. So just getting to campus in the morning was a bit harder than most freshmen. But I mean, it was something that I got used to, so it's good though.
And how did you manage to find your way around with having just moved to Austin and having to find your classes? I can imagine that must have been difficult.
Yes, my biggest fear was getting lost. I was like, UT, 40 acres. Like, oh my god, I'm gonna get lost. But I have the map. I was that freshman.
No shame.
Yeah. I remember one time I was coming out of Jester, and then I had a meeting at the UTC. Mm-hmm. Tell me why I ended up on Keaton. I was like, no, Carilu, it's just right there. But I mean, it happens to everybody.
It happens to everybody. Yeah. It does. So I'm sure you maybe found your way a little bit better now.
I did.
It's hard though. I mean, did you encounter any homesickness because of just not really knowing your way?
Surprisingly, I didn't. Well, due to the fact that some of my cousins did come to UT as well. They're the same age as me, so that helped a lot.
Yes, that's very lucky. And are your cousins close to you?
They are. We're really close. I see them as my brothers. So.
Oh, that's great. That's really lucky. I know some people come and don't know anybody, so it's great that you got to have that connection coming here.
Yeah, I was very fortunate.
Good. And have you met anybody else who was in a similar situation to you that you got to kind of mentor maybe?
I want to say sort of like my roommate. So I was rooming with 3 random girls.
Okay.
So at first it was like kind of hard because I didn't know these girls, but at the same time one of them did come to UT, so I was able to relate to her.
Oh.
So it was good. Like we both went home and talked about like how frustrated we were sometimes, and we helped each other out. So
Well, it's good to have a friend that you can share with, and well, great. And I'm just sorry. What did you feel now being a junior? What you are. when you see other people, do you know anybody that was in your same situation that now being a junior, you are able to kind of help? The same with what you were saying about your friend, but you can kind of help them out than being a freshman.
Well, actually, when I first came to UT, I was very confused about what I wanted to major in, just like most freshmen. So, like, now that I'm a junior and I hear freshmen talk about, like, they're breaking their head, like, oh, I don't know what to do, like, I'm in college now, what's the next step?
Mm-hmm.
So I'm like, hey, it's okay, everybody goes through that. People change their majors all the time. Like, at first coming in, I was interested in communication.
Right.
In the communication science disorders. So I took a lot of classes my freshman and sophomore year. And then one day after one class, I just realized, like, this isn't what I want to do. So I applied to the School of Social Work. During my fourth semester here.
Okay.
And then I was called in for a meeting during the summer. And I just talked to one of the, I wouldn't say advisors. And, like, she made me feel so comfortable. I felt like I finally belonged at UT. I was like, yes, this is what I want to do.
And do you feel that once you kind of made the decision that you wanted to go into social work, it helped your transition a little better because you had an outlet that you felt comfortable in?
It did. Like, I actually woke up every morning like, I want to go to school. Like,
yes.
Yeah, so I look forward into it. And I love the classes, too. They're way smaller. So I feel very comfortable. So.
I know, at least for me, coming in and having those huge classes, it's very overwhelming. How was your high school? Was it big or small?
There was probably like 1,000 plus students. It wasn't that big, but it wasn't that small either.
Right.
But then again, coming from like a 25 to 30 people class to like 600 people in a class.
It's a little different.
Yeah.
Well, it's good that you found, you have your social work school with the small classes, and I'm sure that's better for you.
It is.
You find that you learn better.
Mm-hmm.
I feel a lot of people find that, well, I'm so happy that you have that outlet. How do your parents feel now that, you're a junior in Austin? Do you think you might want to stay in Austin or maybe go back to Dallas?
I want to stay in Austin. I love Austin. Even though it is a smaller city than Dallas, I just like it here a lot.
Yeah, well, it's great.
Mm-hmm.
Do you find when you moved to Austin, is there any major differences in the cities? Like, do you find anything in particular that stood out to you or that you might not have liked as much that was hard for you when you first came?
Well, people here are more friendly than in Dallas.
Okay.
So I really like that. My only way of transportation my first 2 years was the bus. So in the bus, people are so friendly. Like, you can have great conversations with somebody on the bus. So that was really cool. Whereas in Dallas, it's kind of like more intimidating. Like, no. But I also, one thing that also gets to me is the traffic. Like,
the traffic.
Austin is known for their traffic.
Yes, definitely have heard that. And just, I just want to ask you, and as a whole, how do you feel? Do you feel that being at UT has changed you in any way, or do you feel different from being a social worker? You know what I mean?
Definitely. Being away from Dallas, just being here in Austin has made me more independent. So, I went through the whole phase of, like, transitioning from having my mom being there all the time, like, having everything ready, to me, like, taking up those responsibilities.
Right.
Like, I know, like, I'm tired of fast food. I'm just so sick and tired of fast food.
Yeah.
So, I cook now, but
you go.
Yeah, I call my mom all the time. Like, Mom, what I need to put? She's like, this is the only reason why you call me. I'm like, well, mother,
sorry. No, it's hard coming from, where your mom is preparing your meals to having to fend for yourself. That's I feel one major thing that people have to get used to.
Yes.
And how were you able to deal with that? You started cooking, you said, but when you were going to fast food places, or did it make you kind of miss what you had maybe not really realized? But
well, the first few days here in Austin, I was like, yeah, let's go to fast food. Let's eat pizza, burgers, everything that came to mind.
Of course.
But then after 2 months, and after those freshman 15, I was like, no, you need to calm down. Like, you need to eat homemade food.
Yeah, freshman 15, I'll do it.
Yeah, it gets everybody.
Well, that's that's definitely, food is a big college thing. You always hear about college kids struggling with that, but I think it makes it a little nicer when you go home and then you get to have those homemade meals because you appreciate it.
Yeah, for sure.
So, anything else I haven't asked that you would like to share?
I love how there's always things to do here in Austin. Like, people here are so active. And
Yeah. Is there any activities that you like to do in Austin?
I like to go kayaking.
Oh, okay. Is that something you did in Dallas, or is that a new thing?
This is a new thing.
Oh,
yeah.
Wow.
And I also like hiking. Have you been to Mount Bunnell?
Actually, I have today. That's
Oh,
so funny.
Yeah.
It's really amazing.
It's beautiful up there.
You go and hike there?
Well, I just walk around sometimes, I'm not gonna lie. But
Yeah.
it's really good. Like, sometimes when I just feel frustrated, I just go there.
It seems like a good place to kind of let out. Or just sit by yourself and just reflect.
Yeah.
So it's nice that you get to experience all these new things that you might not have done before.
Mhm.
Do you feel like you have new interests because Austin is such an outdoorsy place? Do you feel like you're more connected with maybe nature or your outdoorsy side?
Yeah, definitely. I don't know, in Dallas, like, I used to just be at home sometimes. Like, don't get me wrong, like, there is things to do in Dallas, but it's like, no, not really. But here, like, you have to go out and explore. And I don't know, I really like it here. And there's...
Good. I'm sure it likes you being here. And is there anybody that shares that you go hiking with, or do you do it by yourself to kind of reflect?
I do by myself sometimes because, I mean, my friends, our schedules are very different sometimes.
Right.
But every now and then, some of my friends come along and stuff, so.
That's good. Speaking of schedules and everything, how was it, when you come to college, you have so much free time, or you don't have that much free time? How was it adapting to your new schedule?
I would say my freshman year, I kind of slacked off, just like everybody else.
Of course.
But it was hard adjusting at first because I was like, I have all this free time, like, I can do homework later.
Right.
Biggest procrastinator, we're right here. But,
hard.
Yeah, now that it's my third year, I'm able to, like, manage my time wisely.
You're a pro now.
Yeah. And also now I have a job, so that makes me stay on it.
And how's your job going?
It's good. The hours are long sometimes. But, I mean, it's good overall.
And where do you work?
I work at HEB.
Oh, okay,
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, as a cashier, so it's good. You get to interact with all these people. And
Yes, I'm sure.
yeah, like the HEB that I work at, it's extremely busy all the time.
So they put you to hard work?
Yeah, I feel like I earn my money.
Well, good.
Yeah.
That's just, part of, I feel, coming to college, being independent, getting a job. It's all part of the real life things that you have to do. So I think it's great that you're doing so well, and now being a junior, you kind of I feel like you have it a little figured out, maybe.
Yeah, I do. I mean, it makes me learn and, like, appreciate my parents more, what they do, and, like, I don't take things for granted anymore.
Oh, well, are there any things that are still kind of hard for you? Even being a junior, you don't have everything figured out. There's always, some rough spots, I feel.
Yeah.
people have.
I feel like now it's getting to that point where I need to know what I'm gonna do with my life. But it's okay.
No, it's okay. You
No
look like, it
rush.
seems like you're on the right path with social work.
Thank you.
Yeah, and of course, but I'm so happy that I was able to talk to you today, and I really feel that you are at a good place, and you have it kind of figured out, and you're exploring new things, and so I'm just so happy that I got to talk to you.
Oh, thank you for having me. That was really nice.
Oh, no problem, anytime. And Do you have any questions before we wrap it up?
No, not at all.
Oh, perfect. Well, thank you so much.
Alright, well, thanks.